Hello everyone. It's me, Jessica. Welcome in. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. Today in real life is actually Halloween. I am so excited to be bringing the Halloween build that I've been working on to you guys. I was invited by the Sims Creative on the Sims like Instagram community area. I never know how to talk about that. But yeah, that's just me being old. Anyways, though, Halloween, we're doing a collab. I'm really excited. Everyone was just kind of given free reign to build whatever they wanted to for Halloween. So I kind of struggled with inspiration for a little while, I'm not gonna lie. But I was like, do I want to do a pumpkin patch or a corn maze or something where it's like there's a pumpkin patch with a maze and all sorts of family activities? Because there's a lot of stuff like that in real life, like around where I live. Like the hay rides and all sorts of it's like a Halloween extravaganza, you know? But I decided to do the Addams Family house, and I'm really not sure if anyone else is doing it, but I love the Addams Family. I talk about them a little bit here and there on my channel because the Goth family is one of my absolute favorite towny families, and it's because they remind me of the Addams Family. So that's what we're doing. We're building, I will post a couple of like reference images for you guys. And then yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and run the speed build, and then we're gonna have the tour at the end. So I hope you guys are having an awesome, safe weekend, whether you celebrate Halloween or not. But yeah, let's do it. Alright guys, we are diving into the speed build portion of this, and in real life, this is many hours from the time that I recorded the intro to this. I was hoping to get the voiceover done by like 1 p.m. today. It's now 7:35 p.m. We have had kind of a busy day, just on and off with some stuff, you know, just family stuff. We've painted some pumpkins with our 2-year-old. I say that she actually had zero interest in painting the pumpkins. I was kind of hoping that she would like actually be interested in it, and she just wanted to play because we did it outside, because naturally if we tried it inside she would have painted the walls. So we were trying it outside, and she loves being outside, so she just wanted to play, and she just ran around and played, and it was really cute. But yeah, she ignored the pumpkins. So John, my husband, he painted one of the pumpkins, and I kind of like painted a ghost on the other one, but it looks really bad. So you know, that's how our pumpkins turned out. But instead of carving them, we painted them. I thought that was kind of fun, and it was a lot cleaner. Obviously, carving pumpkins is fun in some respects, but very messy. Oh my goodness. But anyways, what we are building is for a Halloween collab that I was invited to on the Sims community on Instagram by the Sims Creatives. If you are not following her account, definitely please do. I'm going to try and make sure that I've got people linked in the description, but I'm absolutely horrible at using yeah, anyways, I need to get better at computers and including links and all of that stuff. So, and she gave us free reign to do basically whatever we wanted to, as long as it was like Halloween kind of theme or spooky themed. So I kind of struggled for inspiration, but I actually ended up going with the Addams Family home. And when I googled the Addams Family home, there were a few different options, but the one that I went with, and I'm going to try to make sure that I've got a reference image actually on screen now. Alright, I've got the reference image up there, and so essentially that is the original Addams Family house to my knowledge, and that is basically the shape of the house that I went for. So we've kind of got the shape of the house together, and you guys can kind of see how that correlates, but I also added on like a shed that actually ends up being the uncle's bedroom. But I kind of thought originally my intention was maybe to have that for like gardening or crafts. But that's just like the simmer in me that wanted to put all the different kinds of hobbies that you can do in the shed. But realistically, to fit with the theme of the Addams Family, I wanted to make sure I had bedrooms for all of the people that would essentially be included in that. So of course, like Gomez and Morticia, and then Wednesday, I forget the brother's name, and then the uncle, which I don't know his name either. I haven't actually watched the Addams Family in a long time. What we have been doing to celebrate our kind of like Halloween month, in the month of October, if you will, we've been watching a bunch of different scary movies, and mostly just like in the realm of the Conjuring movies and just some other like kind of random indie ones that were on Hulu. Because I like Hulu having the whole like Huluween section. They call it Huluween. I think that that's kind of funny. I don't know if I'm alone there, but I think that it's clever, and we love Halloween in this house. It's probably arguably our favorite Halloween between my husband and I. And what we had our daughter dress up as is like a little Stitch from the movie Lilo and Stitch. So it was just like what was available because we kind of waited last minute, but also we love that movie. Also, who does not love Lilo and Stitch? But yeah, about this build, I kind of struggled with the floor plan just a smidge. I had to move the front door around a couple of times, and I think once I figured out the layout of the front porch and roofing of the front porch, it fell a lot more naturally into place at that point. But I definitely kind of struggled with the roofing for a little while. I also cut a lot of that out because I just felt like you guys didn't want to watch me struggle with the colors of the walls and stuff, because I decided on the walls after trying, probably 5 or 6 different types of paneling. But I think it all came together really well. It took me quite a few times to sit down and build this because that's just how I am with all of my builds. I can't just sit down and build for like 6 hours straight, especially with the 2-year-old that is the true ruler of my house. Um, I can only sit down and build if she's napping, maybe for a couple hours solid, but otherwise it's like 20 minutes at a time at best. Just depends, really depends on the day. But I hope you guys are having an awesome Halloween out there. What are you guys doing? What do you do? What's your favorite traditions and stuff? I really wish that I would have been able to go through a haunted house this year, but with the 2-year-old, you don't really go through haunted houses. I'm not trying to scare the living dickens out of her. I think that would be fun, but not yet. Maybe in a couple years when she gets a little bit bigger. Alright, so at this point we've got all of the flooring and everything kind of laid out. So I hope that you guys like the colors that are going on the inside. I personally think that the kitchen floors, I use them for the bathrooms as well. I love it. I love it very much. I think the accent of the orange, it just was very Halloween-y to me, and it popped, and I just felt like it kind of spoke to the Addams family to me, because I don't really remember what the inside of their house looked like. I remember all the scenes with like the living room being very grand. They had the big staircase and stuff, so that's why I tried to have a grand open staircase in this build, which was kind of tricky because the house itself is really not that big. But I think I pulled it off okay. I did leave like stair railing out of the equation just because if the stair railing was on the double staircase that I made, it would go up the center of the stairs, and I just thought that that would be weird, so I decided not to do any stair railing. And so hopefully no one falls off and it'll be okay. But it is nice and grand. There's a nice pretty chandelier, and that's all that matters, is that there's a beautiful chandelier. But I think honestly, as you get to watch the house come together, I think the living room is probably one of my absolute favorite spots that I pulled together. It's kind of hard to say because I like the kitchen a lot as well, but I think the living room is it's very like gothic, the way everything is all black. It is technically from the outside, you imagine that to be a very bright room, but I put the dine out curtains up because I imagine the Addams family would want to keep everything out, to keep the light out. Not that, I mean, they could be vampires, I guess, in your game, if you wanted to make the Addams family and make them vampires. That kind of makes sense to me. I didn't put any coffins in this build, but I did use a lot of vampire stuff. They definitely give me that vibe. But I also put like a seance table in here as well. So I don't know. There's a cauldron outside, so I definitely like dabbled on the edge of them being a little magical, mystical of some variety. But yeah, I put curtains up everywhere in the living room because I just imagine them wanting to keep the private reclusive energy. They don't want anyone to see what's going on inside of their big spooky house. So I just thought that was kind of fun. And then towards the end of the build, I managed to make sure that I put like cobwebs in all the corners so that there's like spooky little cobwebs and spiders trickling down out of the cobwebs, and it just has that energy of candle lit everywhere. That's it's all candles on the walls, like candelabras, and the hanging from the ceiling. And I just imagine that to be very medieval a little bit. I feel like their house wouldn't be modern in any respect, so I try to take that the old-timey approach to it. So I hope you guys like it. I was really struggling with if I should put pops of color in the build or not, and I think that for the most part I ended up just doing a lot of like all black interiors for most of the bedrooms, and I didn't give anyone a specific color. Like I kind of thought that maybe I could put more purple in the parents' room or in Wednesday's room, but I just decided that everyone's room is just kind of all black and there's a little bit of color here and there. Honestly, the most colorful room is the seance room, and it's just kind of got like red chairs and a warm wood tone to the room, and everything else is like black or super dark wood tone. So it's definitely the warmest house or warmest room in the house. But speaking of the candelabras, I did actually almost forget to put lights in the bathrooms. I think it's like the downstairs one. Whenever I was doing the final tour for myself at the very end, right before I uploaded it to the gallery, I was kind of taking some screenshots here and there. I realized that there was no light in the bathroom. And I was like, what are we doing with ourselves, Jessica? I don't like, how did that happen? But I fixed that. It is uploaded to the gallery as well. I did that nice and early this morning, so I'm kind of happy I did that, because otherwise I am way behind on this speed build. But you know what? It's okay. All in the name of family. I was just, enjoying the day with the 2-year-old. She's still awake, by the way, guys. It is 7:52 now. I'm still doing this voiceover, and she is still awake, just whiling out. She hasn't had a nap. Tried to get her to take a nap today, and how that goes. It did not work. So, but we had a good day. We watched movies, and like I said earlier, she did not want to paint the pumpkins. It's fine though. I won't have my feelings hurt by a 2-year-old and the fact that she didn't want to paint pumpkins with me. We'll try again next year, and maybe she will. Hopefully, because it would be so cute if she would paint it, but she had zero interest. But what else? I'm trying to think what else I could say about this build, and I kind of feel like I have reached the end of what I can kind of talk about the build with. I hope you guys like it. I talked about what we've kind of been doing in our spare time. I guess I could kind of update you guys on our move situation, but there's not really anything to say. We're just still kind of waiting to figure some stuff out. So that's, again, why my channel has been a little bit slower. It's just my, like, general anxiety has been up because this, like, open-ended move situation is just, yeah, it's just got my anxiety up. So it's just been fun. I've been kind of like packing a little bit of stuff at a time and just cleaning in my spare time otherwise, because mom life, I've always got something to clean. But yeah, that's about it. That's my life. That's what I've been doing, and building this. I feel like it came together so fluidly once I figured out what I wanted to do, because I was really struggling with, like, last year I did the Sanderson sisters house, and I loved doing that house. And then this year I wanted to do something that my kind of passion was in as well. So when I kept thinking like I wanted to do a pumpkin patch or something, and side note, I'm really sorry, kind of, not really, but if you can hear my daughter in the background, like I said, she's still awake and being a wild child. So whenever I'm done with this, I'm gonna have to go deal with her. But yeah, I thought maybe I would do a pumpkin patch or something like that, and it just wasn't like, I don't know, my heart wasn't in it, so I threw that idea to the side. I scrapped it, and once I came up with this idea of the Addams Family house, I felt like it made sense, because if you guys frequent my speed builds and stuff, especially anything involving the Goth family, then you know that the Goth family reminds me of the Addams Family, and I love them both. Goths are my favorite townies, and they just, yeah, they give me Addams Family energy. Mortimer, Morticia, they might as well be opposites. And then but Mortimer and Bella have a very different love story than Morticia and Gomez. Like, they are actually goals and in love for life, whereas Bella, I think, is maybe a bit sidetracked and doesn't actually love Mortimer as much as Mortimer loves Bella. So I don't really know. They give me Addams Family energy, but I don't know if is their love equivalent? I don't think so. I think that honestly they are not as good as the actual Addams Family. So I said it. You know what, The Sims 4, your Addams Family is not as good as the real Addams Family. But we are kind of just detailing at this point, making sure that I've got all the lights everywhere, that I didn't forget anything, that there's cobwebs all over the place. And again, I hope you guys like it. It's up on the gallery. I'm going to be posting the interior shots tonight and tomorrow. I got the shots up of the exterior to actually do the reveal on my Instagram account today. Just to have that posted a little bit earlier, and then I saved the interior shots so that I didn't spoil everything if you were looking forward to the speed build. But now I'm going to go ahead and start kind of releasing all of that, and yeah, I don't know, I hope you guys are having an awesome night. Whatever you're doing, whether it's sitting on the couch or out at a party, I am definitely not at a party. You guys already know that, so I think that is all I have for you guys. If you guys have anything you wish to see as far as builds or any ideas or anything like that, always feel free to leave those things in the comments below. Yeah, happy Halloween. I think that's everything. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. Here she is. Here she is in all of her glory. I am very, very happy with how this turned out. I think that the reference image there was like a model and then an actual image, and I feel like it was kind of hard to see what was happening on the back side of the house. So we can I'll actually pop out of free cam for a second, and we can just kind of look at it. The side of the house over here, there's like no windows. It was going to be tricky to get windows over here. So there's no windows. There's a bunch of windows on the actual back side of the house over here. Please ignore this mailbox. There is a mailbox on the front of the house, but I'm pretty sure I uploaded it to the gallery with this mailbox back here as well. So, it's just a little fun, if you will. But yeah, that's the back side of the house. I think that it looks pretty good all around. I'm happy with the way that the roofing came out and stuff. Because I really don't do a whole lot of houses like this. This is not necessarily something that I've dabbled with a whole lot. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. We've got pumpkins everywhere. I know that so the Addams Family, to me, they don't strike me as people who are gonna be super festive, because they're already in the spirit of Halloween. So I just had a little bit of fun with this. With the pumpkins and stuff, I broke free of the Addams Family cliche here and there to just kind of Sims it up, if you will. So we've got pumpkins everywhere. Got the get together mailbox. It's one of my favorites, especially for any old-timey build that you have. So when you come in, there's the little area where you could drive around the fountain, basically. We've got some statues. I wanted it to look a little bit random and ruined, maybe. Maybe that's a discarded statue, or maybe not. Maybe it's intentional. Maybe, Morticia just absolutely loves it over there, but I don't know. I'm not sure. In my mind, I kind of thought just the randomness of it was the beauty of it. So there's a bird bath. There's some more pumpkins off over there. We've got the big Scoopy. You're gonna have to forgive me with my words sometimes. If you're not new to my channel, then you're not surprised by the Scoopy word that I just came up with. But we got the spooky tree there. We've got honestly, I just used a bunch of the dead trees from the vampire pack, so there's no actual trees around. But off over here is just a little area where this is very Sims to me. We've got the garden planters, you've got Patchy over here, and the cauldron. I also just very much love the vibe of this area. I think that it's just kind of charming. I like it. But this is like a little shed area. I was kind of thinking about making it a recreational spot, but I ended up actually just making it the uncle's room. I can't remember his name. You're gonna have to forgive me there. Oh, you know what? It has turned the candles off on me so many times. Okay, light up all these candles for me. All right, and then we'll get right back in here. The vampire world is so pretty, even though it's, you know, the random vampire world, but I've never lived in this world. I think eventually I would like to, but okay, so when you come in here, it's like basically just a little tiny house. There's not even a dining space, but there is a little TV area. You've got the bed. In here, there's not actually a shower or anything. You could put like a university shower on this wall, but I just figured for the sake of the build, I would leave it a little less cluttered. But then all the bathrooms are the same. They've all, if you hear my daughter, she's awake. I'm just doing this bright and early in the morning. But yeah, all the bathrooms are the same, aside from Wednesday's. She's on the 3rd floor of the house, and she's got a different kind of setup, but I just think it's very cute. I love all the detail and stuff. That I figured that if he wanted to cook, he's got all his little stuff out here. Okay guys, really quick, I realized, I don't know where I'm gonna splice this in at, but I realized that I did not show off this little graveyard area over here, so I wanted to actually acknowledge it because, you know, it's cute. It's a whole graveyard moment. We got 6 graves over here for whatever random reason, but I just felt like it very much fit the Halloween energy. And back here is just a bunch of like landscaping because I tried to fill it in and make it look all lived in and whatnot. But yeah, we've got the pumpkins everywhere and all that good stuff in the graveyard. And I'm sorry if this is like spliced in a weird spot, but I totally forgot to show it off. There is a chess table on the front porch. I wanted to have a chess table because there's not, honestly, like I did technically put a computer on this lot, but there's really not a whole lot to do. So when you walk in, there is a umbrella stand. I did not put a thermostat in this house. I feel like it just doesn't fit the vibe of it. So if you do download it and want to play in it, you'll have to do that if you've got seasons. But there's just all natural candle lighting in this house. There's also like the spiders in all the corners. I've got the 2 like skeleton statues. I figured the night statues just didn't do it for me. I really liked the idea of the skeleton statues. It's also very Halloween-y. So we did that. I also, because the family is such a musically inclined family, I just remember them always like playing the piano with the hand. I figured that the music pictures made a little bit of sense. But yeah, another bathroom in here, just standard. I'm telling you, they're all the same except for the one for Morticia. That's the Goth family, Mortimer. Morticia and Gomez is really, I think, is quite elaborate. But yeah, in here, another little like spooky area. This is a seance room for them. I figured that kind of made sense. There's all the like little statues and stuff, some extra crystal balls in some spots to sit. And then across here is how you get to like the main kind of energy of the house. So off to the left is the dining room and off to the right is the living room. I kind of like the separation of the house, the way that it's all like split up by these grand double doors. So this is the little kitchen area though. I absolutely love it. I was kind of on the fence about the rug with the tiled floors, but honestly I think that because the rest of the room is so neutral, there's no pattern on the cabinets, the backsplash is very neutral, I think it works. I'm sorry if you guys hate it, but I like it. But yeah, just a bunch of detail. I wanted it to feel very lived in, like this family is definitely doing things. But oh, and there's a little thingy underneath there, little thingy thing. Off in here's the living room. I think that this is potentially my favorite room of the house. There's the organ, and I put the like hand on the organ so that it kind of represented the, I don't even know what that hand is supposed to be. Is it like Gomez's brother's hand or something like that? Because there's the uncle that is Gomez's brother, right? I can't really remember the whole story. I need to watch it more. I haven't watched the actual Addams Family show, movie, any of it in quite a while. But I absolutely love the cottage living flowers that we got that are all black. Very much fit the energy of this house, and I just want to thank the Sims team for coming out with cottage living and the black flowers, like just in time, just in time. But there's the living room, or living fireplace. Got some sugar skulls and stuff, all that kind of stuff. I think it looks real cute. And then off in here is the dining room. Very simple. I didn't want to go super all out with this. There's some cobwebs in the corner. We've got like a little bit of decoration back there with just the black candles and some stuff. I like the idea that that is a picture of Morticia and Gomez, and just maybe another picture of Gomez. Little Gildry over there. Okay, so then going upstairs, I did not put a rail on because I just felt like the rail would ruin the aesthetic. So coming up here, it's all open, absolutely just lovely open space. I used those black flowers everywhere, I'm telling you guys. They're in pretty much every room. So there's again, I used some of the familiars from the Realm of Magic pack. I used some of the potions like down in the kitchen. I'm not sure if I actually gave you guys a good amount of time to look at that, but you know, there's going to be screenshots and stuff. So off in here is the brother's room. I can't remember his name, just again, forgive me. You know, there's like the three main characters in my head, because Wednesday Addams, you know, she's everything. But in here, there's a bunch of spooky toys. Everything is like all black in this house. I felt like it just kind of fit the aesthetic. And I gave him the like actual Halloween table there. I thought that that was kind of cute. And they do all have their own little ensuite. So in here is his little bathroom. He's got the Realm Magic shower there, and just his own little setup, because you know, why not? Everyone should have their setup. And then off in here, oh, hey babe. Hey. Off in here we've got the Morticia and Gomez bedroom. Oh my gosh, my husband came home with breakfast and my cats are now going to think that it's for them. So off in the corner is like a little vanity area where you're able to sit down and do your makeup if you are Miss Morticia Addams and you want to be looking flawless for the day. I just think it's cute. I like the vibe and energy in that corner. And I'm sure you've noticed I covered up pretty much all the windows in the dining room and everything. So in here, it's really not much different. I guess they are kind of open, but I used some ugly base game curtains. I just felt like they fit the energy of the house though. So there's something weird going on with the roofing up there. I'm not really sure what, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. But this is their bathroom. I absolutely love it. I put the bathtub and like shower area up on a platform, and then around they've got their like double sink area, their little toilet in the corner. Honestly, I didn't want a lot of clutter in the house, so there's no clutter in the bathrooms, and I kind of like it personally. But radiators all over the house. You've got some spooky candles in here. There are double showers like off over here, and then on the other side there are showers, and then the bathtub being in the center. Like, I just think that it looks so cool. I want to take a bath in that bathtub. Probably my favorite part of the house actually is not the living room, but that bathtub. Okay, so going off over here is how you get to Wednesday's room. And the camera is so weird on the third floor. It's gonna get very bouncy, so I'm gonna try not to move around a whole lot. But she's got a mirror, she's got a little poof, we've got this corner of cuteness, she's got a spot to do some painting. I do want to, oh gosh, we've got the Grim and Yarny, a little sugar skull, like just some things sitting around that I felt like were very Wednesday Addams. So she's got like the little corner here with oh my gosh, the camera, dude, it is ridiculous. I used the cottage living, like antique looking typewriter kind of computer, and just stuff. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I hope you guys like it because I think it looks really cute. I thought it was very Wednesday Addams up here. She's got a different bathroom though altogether. I made her bathroom a little bit different. I love her like cowplant setup over here. I just love it. I really like her room. But yeah, in here, I used the Realm of Magic wallpaper in here for her, so the bath, like the floor is the same. But she's got a whole fancy setup with the clawfoot tub and then a corner over here for her shower time. And I think it's adorable. I think it is absolutely adorable. Okay, that is it. We've got a couple of gargoyles up here. And that's really it. That's the whole shebang, the whole thing. And I think that it's in such a pretty area. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, being safe out there in this crazy world. And also Halloween is just, you know, a fun, but also sometimes dangerous time. Yes, I am mom. Anyways, though, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'm just gonna go play with my child and eat my breakfast, and yeah, happy Halloween, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.